Edo Governor Monday OKpebholo has inaugurated a legal practitioner, Musa Ikhilor, as Secretary of the State Government's SSG and a former member of the House of Representatives, Dr. Samson Osagie, as Edo Attorney-General and Commissioner for Justice. So after 24 hours of assuming office, in less than 24 hours of OKpebholo's assumption of office, Osagie was screened and confirmed by the chief Blessing Ababaku, led 24-member Edo House of Assembly. OKpebholo on Tuesday, barely 2 hours after his inauguration at Samuel Okpemodia Stadium, Benin, announced the nomination of Ikhilor and Osagie. He asked the appointees to help him to achieve his vision for the state and ensure that the people come first. Ikhilor assured that he would assist OKpebholo in fulfilling his campaign promises by driving meaningful change and development in Edo State. Osagie, on the other hand, stated that in his capacity he would help Edo Governor to achieve his agenda for the people and ensure that the rights of Edo residents were adequately protected. He said, "I was voted to work and everybody should be ready to work. I carefully selected these appointees. They have proven integrity. Work with them so that we can do the best we should do." These were the words of the newly appointed Governor of Edo State. Mr. Bill, I would please want to get an honest thought about this from you.
When you say honest thought, it's funny to hear.
Honest.
Because every thought coming from here is expected to be honest.
Yes.
Well, the governor has just been sworn in to carry out the duties for which he was elected. The people voted for him. They expect so much from him. And he has said, yes, this work I cannot do it alone. I have to appoint few persons to join me, at least for this start, for us to take off. And that's exactly what he has done. It is, as he goes further, the people will be watching to see how it is going. But there is something he has said that is striking, and I give that to him at this beginning. He has particularly pointed out that the people entrusted power into his hand, and they expect so much from him. And that is the reason why he has also charged the persons he has appointed. You must have to work. Let us work together to achieve this. I think that's the best thing he has done in the circumstance.
Oh, Chief Woke, do you think he made the right decision by appointing these personalities just barely 24 hours in office?
Of course, if he did, excuse me, if he didn't, we'll say the governor was dragging his feet. And in this country, we've always wanted action. I was a president in this country that didn't appoint members of the Executive Council for over 3-4 months. And I think that there's a social contract between the people and those who govern them. And that social contract simply says that government must meet certain obligations to the people, in terms of development, in terms of taking care of their welfare and all. Okay. And I think that looking at the two persons that have been appointed and their background, one can come to the conclusion reasonably, rationally, that they appear to be round pegs in round holes. Now, everyone should take note of the fact that every governor must delegate functions. That the commissioners who come on board enjoy delegated power. The ones who are coming as secretaries, the secretary to government and so on, all enjoy aspects of that power that belongs to the governor. But the focus here, going forward, for the people of Edo, particularly at a time when all of the court cases have not been decided, is for them to have a government that practically has ideas of what it wants to do, a government that is willing to hit the ground running. Because you remember, prior to the election, there were impressions created, and this governor couldn't even speak good English. And, you know, and if those comments made by the governor were made by him directly, and then we are beginning to see a new picture. So let us flip the page and hope that for the people of Edo, that the government that they have elected, a government that recognizes the fact that they elected them, will serve their purpose.
Okay, thank you very much about your thoughts on that. Comrade Oscar, I would like to hear your thoughts too.
Well, I think it's a very simple one. Edo State has actually, for some time now, has been in the news, more like River State in terms of River State politics.
Okay.
Recently, Edo State has been involved in a lot of political crises, especially with the former governor and that of other persons. That was even when the the Oba of Benin got involved in the election and also tried to address it in a traditional manner. I think that was part of the reason why they're having peace at this point in time, because I know I heard or watched in a video where the Oba of Benin was addressing Philip Shaibu, and when I also saw when he also apologized. I think, but the major problem the Edo are having is Adam Oshomole. I think that's their major concern.
But why did you say he is
there's always the one playing politics with everything. Recently, Adam Oshomole has actually been the one trying to skyrocket the news or the political system like that of Wike in River State in Edo State. That has been the case in Edo State. So I think
what news is this skyrocketing?
It's obvious that the level of interest that Edo State has been getting, political crisis have been going on, even when Adam Oshomole paid a visit to the president, we were told, we heard it in the news, that the president also directed that Adam Oshomole go and see Wike if he wants so thing in a Edo election. So all these were also part of the political saga that happens in Edo State. But I think...
Wait, you're trying to misinform the audience. I want you to get this right. Are you saying that Edo State crisis at the time were caused by Adam Oshomole, and then now you're involving the former governor of Rivers State into this?
I don't know why you call it misinformation. I'm only trying to pass available information.
Yes, that's why I wanted you to so that we get proper information
what
on that.
I've said is not something I am preempting.
Okay.
So when you said I'm actually saying something like misinformation, means like everything I've said is not what is real.
Okay.
All what I've said actually happens.
Okay.
What I think is the case here now is that, like I said earlier, if not for the intervention of the Oba of Benin, I'm quite sure the election that took place in Edo wouldn't have been peaceful because of the political crisis that was highly intense by the former governor of Edo State, Adam Oshomole, and by the former governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike. Because in that meeting, I saw it on the radio, on the clips, where the president directed that both parties should meet. So, but the
Comrade Oscar.
Can I land?
Okay.
But the recent administration, it's actually, I was put in the best statement ever, because I feel that every response system of government should be saddled with the responsibility of ensuring that there is positive system of governance in all local government.
Okay, Comrade Oscar, I wanted to hear your thoughts about what the newly elected governor of Edo State, according to the story, he elected 2 personalities into office, appointed in 24 hours. I wanted to hear your thoughts if you feel he took the right direction. I just said so in my last speech, and I just said that he has actually made a valid point by doing what he did. And I said so in my last speech, that if you're following me. And I also said that it's expected that the people of Edo need a responsible system and a positive system of governance, which is expected of every responsible system. So the action for me is a good one. But what we want to see is not just the mere pronouncement. What the people of Edo need to see is action and implementations of ideas that we bring to the table. What the people of Edo wish to see is not just that the governor has made a pronouncement, have appointed some personalities into sensitive offices, but that's not the issue. The issue is how these offices will be allowed to do their job, and then the people of Edo will feel the impact of the position of those persons that have been appointed. Okay.